Jews represented 11% of Bucharest's population during the interwar period. Unfortunately, the Jewish neighborhood was one of the most affected areas in the 80s due to the massive destruction of the buildings. It used to be a compact area situated on the left bank of Dâmbovița, having Văcărești Avenue and the beginning of Dudești Avenue as a central axle. Throughout the years, the neighborhood suffered drastic changes, the architecture and the name of the streets being severely modified. In other words, on the sites of Unirea Shopping Center, Law Court, and National Bank, small Jewish establishments used to exist. Sephard Jews came to Bucharest and established settlements in Jigniței Gutter, which was situated close to the royal court. They used to live on Israeli and Spanish Street, which have later been destroyed, their place being taken by Unirea Shopping Center. Towards the middle of the 17th century, a new community called Ashkenazi was established. Ashkenazi immigrants dramatically increased in number and started to extend into Sephardic streets. In 1864, the Jewish cemetery on Sevastopol Street was closed, and the two communities, the Sephardic and Ashkenazi, bought separate properties, Philanthropia Cemetery and the Sefer Cemetery, the latter being shut during the Holocaust under General Antonescu's regime. Popescu neighborhood is the oldest Jewish habitation area in Bucharest. It used to be a commercial point where the high society was present. Nowadays, Popescu neighborhood has been replaced by Unirii Square. The Sefer Synagogue Cahal Grande, built in 1818 on the former Negru Vodă Street, was considered the most impressive temple in Eastern Europe. Prince Ioan Nicolae Caraja approved the construction of the Great Spanish Temple, which was being frequented by the rich and influential people. It was rebuilt in 1853, but it ended up destroyed in a fire in 1941. Sfânta Vineri was a commercial and a financial center, having potential for good trade opportunities, as well as Curtea Veche neighborhood, which consisted of professional streets occupied by many craftsmen. Negru Vodă is the most representative street from the social point of view. Here were situated Solomon Halfon's mansion, the founder of the Halfon Bank, and Hillel Manoah's mansion, former member of the city council. Today, Negru Vodă is a small part of what it once was. Its alleys are bordered by apartment blocks, and it is a reminiscence of Machin Street. During communism, its condition quickly deteriorated. In 1948, all its 19 buildings were nationalized, following the disband of the Spanish Jewish community. In our times, the memory of the bygone streets of the Jewish neighborhood lays within 6 synagogues, out of which only 3 function religiously: Sinagoga Mare, Choral Temple, and Yeshua Tova Synagogue. Choral Temple was set up by an Austro-German community in 1867, and it resembles the Wien Temple. Unfortunately, this is the year when authorities start refusing to grant the naturalization of Romanian Jews. During his visit in Bucharest, Cremieux, the president of the Universal Israelite Alliance, requested the Constituent Assembly to give up on the restrictions imposed on the Jews' naturalization. Choral Temple also went through a lot of changes determined by the earthquakes in 1940 and 1977 and the Legionnaire Rebellion. Sinagoga Mare, located on Vasile Adamaki Street, was constructed in 1847 by Ashkenazi Jews. The Polish synagogue was transformed in 1903 following architect Stomer's indications. From 1992, Sinagoga Mare is home to the permanent exhibition Jewish Martyrs Memorial. Other images of the Jewish neighborhood that remain alive today are represented by 3 buildings. Hanul Cutei, for example, used to be a shop where Jews sold leather goods. Halfon House and Berkovitz Bank, one of the greatest banks from Bucharest until 1948, are the living proof of a Jewish society in Romania. What is more, the Jewish theater, initially Barașeum Theater, still exists. During the bombardments in World War II, Jews and even German officers came to hide there. During the Legionnaires' Rebellion in 1941, there was a widespread damage to Jewish homes, synagogues, and businesses. Finally, these are just few of the events that shaped the destiny of Romanian Jews and led to the destruction of the Jewish neighborhood.